Good evening, everyone, and welcome to part 5 of this week's Look Finance SEQFC preview show, with thanks to Vilic Law. This is, of course, the Sunshine Coast show, and we're just a twosome tonight. It's myself and Nambour Yandina women's coach, Matt Croskerry. Matt, good evening.
Good evening. How you doing?
Good. Here for the lucky last show.
Yeah, that's right. Saving the best for last.
Yes, exactly. Now, before we get into the results, let's talk about you and your team. You've had a pretty good year, you'd have to say.
Yeah, can't complain really. I think we're a bit. I think we sort of hit levels that we didn't really expect to this season. I think we've probably surprised a few people, ourselves included, in the league. But yeah, we're stoked with how we've gone this season. We've got one more game left to go. But I think no matter what happens, we've been wrapped with how the season's gone. So, yeah, really happy.
A little bit about yourself, Matt. How long have you been coaching at NYU?
Well, this is my first season as, I guess, the senior coach. So I was assisting last year to our coach that we had last year. And then I took over for the last couple games at the end of last year. And I've just been following that through. And yeah, it was my first role, I guess, as the senior coach this year. So a bit of a learning curve for me. I had to sort of learn on my feet, I guess. But yeah, it's been a whirlwind, but it's been fun.
So this is your first senior coaching gig?
Yeah.
And you've got your team in a second place?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I've been lucky. I wouldn't say it was all me. I think the girls have done. I've been lucky with the girls that we've had because they've been fantastic. It's made it really easy for me, I guess. And it's just been, I guess, creating a bit of environment for them to thrive because they've had the talent. So I guess I was a bit lucky that I could assist last year and I could see what was working, what didn't work. And so I was able to implement that this year. But I think it was creating an environment for them to sort of show their talents, I think. So, yeah.
Did you have to recruit any players?
Yeah, we did. We had a couple leave at the end of last year. And we had to be pretty active to field a team this year for Prems. But the players that we've brought in, credit to them, I think they've taken us to a new level. We largely kept our core from last year. But yeah, the girls who have come in have added not just, I think, talent to the field, but their character, their personality, I think has made the group closer than it was last year. And I think our results have sort of proven that. I think we're a team who sort of fights to the end, and I think it's where we are on the table sort of reflects the season that we've had, I guess.
Now, there was a full round played on Tuesday night, so we'll just run through those fixtures. Gympie had a 2-0 win over Buderim. Oh, that's the men, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just thinking, yeah.
Tricked myself. All right, let's get the Women's League up. Your game was last Friday night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I thought it was weird. All right, let's have a look. So you had a 2-1 win over Caloundra.
Yeah, that was tough. It's always hard fought against Caloundra, and I think they played really well against us on Friday night, and we were kind of hanging in, I think, for the last 15 minutes. But credit to the Caloundra. I think they're always a force and they're always dangerous. We have to play them for 90 minutes because they're a team who can score from any situation. So we had to fight. We knew that for 90 minutes, and we just grinded it out. But yeah, they're really tough.
Looking at the other two matches, the Maroochydore had a 2-0 victory over Gympie United, and BG's comfortably beat Woombye. We've stopped saying the scores in those games.
Yeah.
But you had ding-dong battle with BG's this year for second spot.
Yeah, that's right. It's still going. So we got one more game on Friday, and I know that they'll be chasing as they have been. So we'll have to get the win against Gympie to make sure of our place. But yeah, it's been tough. They're a quality side. BG's. It's always a tough game. I think we sort of ran away with it a bit the first time we played them, and I think that was a bit of a precipice game in the season for us. To sort of beat them at their home ground in the way that we did, sort of set us off on a bit of a run. And but yeah, they bounced back the last couple games, and then We were sort of grinding to get that 1-1 draw last time to keep them away from us. But yeah, they're tough and they're quality players. And again, they're really smart, fight right to the end. So it's been a tough battle, and they've probably been one of the form teams, if not the form team, in the second half of the season. So yeah, we've been trying to keep them away from us as best we can.
Let's give a bit of love to the champions, Maroochydore.
Yeah, well deserved, I think. They've played probably the best and most consistent football, I think, through the season. And I don't think the league table lies. Like they deserve to be where they are. They've played quality, and they have such depth, I think, in their team this season, where we've played 19 games. At the end of the season, we would have played 20 games in 19 weeks, which is a big ask. And I think teams with decent depth, I think it's a season for that. And I think Maroochydore have shone. We've seen it in their reserves as well, running away with it a little bit early. And they've just got quality all over the field. And the players that they bring in off the bench just add to their team as well. So, yeah, quality. And I think they've deserved the league this year. We were just happy, I guess, to get 2 wins over them. That was, a bit of a small victory for us to be able to do that and keep them within touching distance and make them sweat a little bit. But yeah, congratulations to them. I think well deserved.
You guys have been very successful on our on the SEQFC page. You've had both players that nominated for the Player of the Season award come up trumps.
Yeah, we do. Well, I'm sure other clubs will dispute it, but we do say we got the best fans on the coast. Definitely the loudest. So when things like this happen and we put the call out for support, it comes in strong, I think, and that's one of the good things about our club. So yeah, I think we flooded all our channels as much as we could to get the support up. But yeah, well deserved to both players. Jacob's killing it, and Ra, her first year as a fully fledged in the senior comp as a 16-year-old, she's absolutely killing it, mixing it with some massive names on the coast. And yeah, she's done really well. So I'm really happy that she kind of get a small reward for a season.
I saw Kev Alderdice did an interview with Ra during the week. Tell us a little bit about her and what her qualities are.
She's a handful for sure, because she's just a live wire, and I think opposition players would probably hate to play against her because she just does not stop for 90 minutes, and sometimes we have to stop her and be more technical about her runs because she just does not stop running. I think she plays 6. You probably saw in that video. She plays 6 or 7 sports and somehow still has energy to go at the end of the week for us. So yeah, I honestly don't know how she does it. But yeah, she's a fantastic attitude as well. She's willing to learn. She has got a bit more to go, and that's what I'm most excited about. I think she's 16, still has a lot to learn. And she's already achieving these results, which is fantastic. But yeah, I think couldn't happen to a sort of better person. You probably saw in that video as well. She's very bubbly and very friendly. And she's a great asset to have, not just on the field, but off the field as well for us.
Tell us a little bit about Jacob.
I don't know too much about him, to be honest, but I've seen him play a couple of times, and I think he's just clinical. He's got good movement as well, that's for sure. But yeah, in front of the goal, in the box, lethal, absolute lethal player.
All right. His parents have been conversing with me since he won the award. And, I've got a few videos that I'm going to share. I'm just going to wait for the season to end first, and then I'll share a few of his videos, and we'll get him a little bit of exposure across southeast Queensland. But apparently he scored a hat trick coming off the bench in about 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
he has scored a goal from a kickoff. So to start a game. So that's Damien Murray quality there. So
yeah,
very good. All right, so let's flip over to the men's, and we'll just quickly run through the results. As I said before, there were games on Tuesday night. Gimp United had a 2-0 win over Butto. Maroochydore and Noosa a 2-2 draw. BG's had a 3-0 win over Kawana, and Nambour Yandina a 4-3 win over Woombye. I'll flip back to the ladies now. We'll just talk about this weekend's fixtures. So, Matt, you're finishing your campaign against Gympie United.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Up at their home ground, and I know they've put the call out for some support. So it's going to be tough. And last time, actually, we played them, I think we just scraped by again. They were really tough, and they were really up for it. And we know it's going to be hard going up there, facing them on the home ground. And I know that they'll want to finish with a win. So we'll fire our girls up. Our girls know what they're fighting for this week. And we'll go full guns blazing because we want to do the same. We want to finish on a win, and we want to finish second. So we'll be giving it everything that we have. And
it's all the top three versus the bottom three this weekend.
Yeah,
so in against Gympie, BG's against Caloundra, and Maroochydore up against Mumbai. So, look, you'd expect to win, Matt, and hold on to that second place. But as you said, final game, anything can happen. Yeah,
that's right.
Let's flick over to the men's matches this weekend. When I get that up and running, we want round 22. There we go. All right. So Buddo are hosting BGs. Kawana up against Gympie. Maroochydore against Caloundra. And Mumbai up against Noosa. Nambour Yandina have the bye. Any of those games stick out for you, Matt?
Did you say BGs versus Budrum?
Yeah. So it was that one and Maroochydore Caloundra are the two that stick out to me as the ones of most interest.
I think, I think from our perspective of NYU, I think that'll be an interesting game because I think if BGs might be able to do us a favour and beat Budrum, I think, if I'm right on the table, and that might keep us in fourth or fifth.
So you're fourth at the moment, 1 point ahead of Budrum.
Yeah. So I think we'd probably be hoping for a BG's win there to keep Budrum off. But yeah, you're right as well. Caloundra and Maroochydore, that'd be a good game. There's been some really interesting results in the men's all season. There's been some upsets, some results that you wouldn't expect. So yeah, who knows? Anything can happen in these games.
Yeah, and it's great for a competition when the bottom team still manages 12 points rather than getting smashed every week. So Mumbai have managed 4 wins during the season. So to them. But of course, that Noosa side is just phenomenal, isn't it?
It's another level. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Have you seen them play this season?
Not live. I've seen one of the Sunshine Coast football videos of them. Just on the highlights. And again, even in those highlights, you can just see they're clinical, a really well-drilled team. I'd hate to come up against them, but yeah, I think another team is probably well-deserved of the league, I think.
Before we move on to the NPL and FQPL, what are your ambitions? Are you going to be with NYU again next year?
Yeah, I hope so. I think we've had such a fantastic season this year. I think girls want to be a part of it, and it's the same for the coaching staff. I really want to be a part of it. We got a little bit of a whiff of the title this year, a bit unexpected, but I think that kind of sparked a bit of hunger in the players and in myself, and I think I'm excited by the project that's happening at the moment, and I think we kind of all want to stay on and see what we can do, next year. So. Yeah, my focus at the moment is only here, only at NYU, and to see how far we can push this team, pretty much.
What sort of support do you get from the club?
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, COVID's kind of hurt us a little bit because we got some fantastic support down last year, some really loud and some good numbers. And COVID kind of did mix that up a little bit. So it has been somewhat a little bit less than last year, but the supporters that have come down have been consistently coming to every game, no matter where it is. It's been fantastic, and they're so loud we hear them no matter how we're going. And I think they push us on. Like as I was saying before, I think we've got maybe 15 or so points this season captured from losing positions, which is really, really good. But I think part of that is because of supporters as well. Keep fighting us and keep pushing, and don't let us sort of drop our heads, I guess. So, yeah, I think part of those points can be credited to the support that we have.
Great to have good supporters.
Yeah.
It makes a club. All right, so let's have a look now at the FQPL. Again, final round this weekend. And on Sunday at Kawana, the Fire are hosting Wolves, one of the form teams of the competition at the moment. So that should be a pretty good game. The Fire have been pretty decent at home, despite their 3-2 loss to Mitchelton, who are no mugs in the competition, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they've had a little bit of I've been lucky enough to go down and see a few of the Fire games at Kawana. They've had a little bit of an uptick in form, I guess, over the last couple of months. The interim coach stepping in has done really well. Again, another team who can kind of beat anybody on their day. I think they're, again, another team who's well drilled. But, yeah, Wolves is good opposition, and it's going to be a tough game. I think the lads will know it. But, yeah, see how they go. Did you say Fire was at home?
It is at home, yes,
Yeah.
at Kawana. Yeah, Sunday afternoon. It's an important match for Wolves. They're currently in fourth place, level on points with Rochdale. So they need the win. And yes, they need the win. They've got one more win over Rochdale. Of course, with the FQPL and NPL, it's number of wins rather than goal difference. So yes, if Wolves get the win, they can guarantee themselves fourth place and a shot at the semi-finals. All right, let's have a look now at the NPL and the Wanderers. They're safe. We're quickly looking at the ladder. Some big results last night, and it's now a two-horse race with them and Brisbane City and Capalaba are the only two teams that can go down now.
Yeah.
So the Wanderers finished their campaign up against, I'll quickly check that out, fixtures when my mouse wants to work. There we go. Up against Gold Coast United. So that's a winnable game for Wanderers. Gold Coast had a 0-0 draw with Redlands last night. Perhaps even just a point will be enough to 22 points is the level that they're on at the moment. Brisbane City are on 19, but they are playing Olympics, so it's going to be very difficult for them to get a result. Capalaba are up against Gold Coast Knights. Again, difficult for them to get a result. Wanderers are safe. Wanderers are safe. Absolutely guarantee it.
There'll be plenty of people glad to hear you say that. For sure.
Yeah, for sure. And that match is also at Ballinger Park Saturday night at 6:30. All right. Matt, tell us about the Sunshine Coast League with the coaches. Are you in touch with each other regularly? Is there a bit of a fraternity there?
Not too much, I think. We had a meeting at the start of the year, but it's all positive. It's all good. Sometimes we have a couple of chats after the game. It's all in good, positive nature. But yeah, not too. There's no message group, at least not that I'm a part of, going on. But yeah, no, it's all good. I think we've all got some good relationships, I think.
They have one. You just know.
Yeah, probably.
And what of NYU for next year? But I'm sure the plan is going to be to get the fans back and build up that atmosphere again.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a club with I think it's a really exciting club to be a part of, as I was alluding to before. It looks like we'll be adding the thirds women's team next year. We've had some trials, you could call it, the last few weeks, and we've got some really good numbers to that. So that's looking positive. So to add a Prems, a reserves, and a coastal team, that'll be really good. There's also plans for a what would you call it, a women's carnival at the start of next year. And I know there's been talks about club expansion as well in terms of changing rooms. So that's something we're really keen for. But yeah, in terms of on the field objectives, the reserves even did well this year, and I think they'll be looking to push up the table as well. And same with us, as I was saying before. were surprised, I think, by the title challenge or just being challenging at the top of the table this year. And as I said, we got a whiff of it, and now we're kind of hungry for it. And next year, that's where we want to be. It's been a great foundation year for us this year, but that's really where we strive to be. We want to be challenging at the top of the table, and that's our objective for next year, to see how far we can go.
With the men's competition, all the coaches must be looking at the fact that Kevin Ahern-Evans has got a job with the Raw now. They must just be going, oh, thank goodness for a chance now, right?
Yeah. I think so. Like, what the job he's done there has been fantastic. But it's also exciting to know that you know, achievements here on the coast can get noticed by big clubs, and coaches as well as players can get picked up. So it's really good to see that happen on the Sunshine Coast, and I think it surely would inspire some people, players and coaches alike, to improve, to do their best, because we can see that the top talent can get picked up by big clubs.
Of course, with Daniel Carew at the Fire now next season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same there, and like he's done a good job at BG's, and I think he'll thrive as well at Fire. And I think it's a good time to come into Fire for him, especially with what's going on in the league. So I think it's an exciting opportunity, and I think he'll probably grasp it with both hands.
Good stuff. All right, we might leave it there. Matt, thank you so much for joining us this evening of our final show. And yes, this is our final show. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in this season. It's been great to learn more about the Sunshine Coast League and spread the knowledge of the league. Hopefully we've had a few people from outside the area tune into 1 or 2 episodes and just learn a thing or two about the clubs. So thank you for your support. Hopefully we'll be back next year. All right, Matt, thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
This has been the Look Finance SEQFC preview show with thanks to Village Law. Enjoy the off-season, however short it is, and we'll see you next year.